Student, I am taking Mr. Imants Bergs from the International Office of Turiba University on a live video call to support my communication with you, support my discussion with you and my counseling session. Imants, thank you for joining with us for such a short notice. Welcome to Studying in Latvia Center webinar. This is all about all the problems and all the communication gaps students are facing. So I was doing a session, about how to manage the application process for Latvia for different universities, and I thought it will be good for students also to understand what exactly they should do from the university point of view. So welcome joining us. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, and I'm really happy to see you and announce this information for all prospective students. As everyone in the world, I would say, we also have some kind of isolation, but at the moment I'm in my office. And regarding the admission, everything is going on the regular base. We are open for new registrations, and what we suggest to students, if we compare with the previous time, that we suggest them to apply as soon as possible, because during the lockdown of every country, there might be some delays to receive some documents from officials, to sending those documents, to review those documents, and our suggestion is apply even right now. That's just the middle of the April. And if some students think that until the September, October, there is still a lot of time, we suggest to do it now, because when the lockdown will be over, then even the public institutions where you have to request any kind of documents will be crowded with the requests, and there might be a long queues to receive those documents if you compare with the regular time.
Thank you, Imants. Absolutely, you're right. And this is what exactly I was trying to tell students, that this is the time to do your paperwork. So, Imants, you have already said that you are processing the application. Does this mean that Turiba University and other Latvian universities, maybe I can put this together, everybody is working from home and you are actually processing the application at the backside?
Yes, we are doing, and we're receiving applications still even in this time. It's already fourth week in Latvia where it's a lockdown, and it extended for an extra 4 weeks. Hopefully it will be over, because the situation becomes more moderated, and I hope in a month it will be, or month and a half it will be over. But we're working online. All the applications we receive online. We can forwarding all the documents to our public authorities by emails, and using all e-governments tools what we have in Latvia a lot. And actually, from Latvia point of view, there is not many changes with these lockdowns, just because majority of public services already was online. Also, universities very quickly turned to distance learning, where we continue our studies for current students online. They use the different tools for the online lecturing and exams. I would say this crisis show up the good benefit for such small countries and orientated, electronically orientated countries like Latvia, that everything is possible. And this investment, what our government, banks, universities, companies did in the past for this moving to internet, we see right now the very huge benefit of that, because we turn in this quarantine very quickly and without feeling many problems with that.
Great. So I think now our audience is very well aware that Turiba University from Latvia basically is accepting the application, and they are also processing the application for the bachelor's and master's program. Students, I would like to add here, Turiba University is one of the biggest private universities in Latvia, and also host the second biggest numbers of Indian students, Asian students, I would say, from Asian countries. And the tuition fee, average tuition fee in Turiba University starts from 3,000 euros for bachelor's and master's program. Turiba University offer you the programs in the field of business, hospitality. Imants, coming back to the main point again, the admission visa thing. I think a lot of audience were asking me, how the admission and visa process work. So maybe we can do a quick timeline which will give an information to a student how much time does it take to process the application in Latvia. So let's suppose, say, I'm a potential student. I want to apply for Turiba University today. My application has been sent to Turiba, let's say today evening. From today onwards, how much time you will take to send me the interview link and a test. I believe you have an online test also, right?
Yes, we have online test as soon as student apply online and upload all the requested documents. We need the educational documents and we need the passport and CV. Students receive an automatically generated link to the entrance exams. We request to pass a test in English and the test in social science if students apply for the majority of our programs, business, tourism, communication, or math if students apply for IT. When the student pass this test, and it's again, students have to monitor their own time when they are ready to do that, then we fix a time for Skype interview if students pass both tests, English and the professional test. It could take a week or two because also it's up to students' timing when they are ready to pass the tests, and then they have to schedule a Skype interview. I would say it takes 2 weeks.
Yeah, so let's say 15 days. So now at the 15th day, I have passed my test, I have done my Skype interview, and on the 15th day, let's say Turiba University will send my documents to AIC, which is the Education Ministry office where all foreign student documents goes for verification. Am I right? This is how it works?
Yep, yeah.
Okay. So
yep.
Post that, how much is the average time you will see in the summertime it takes for AIC to evaluate a foreign student document before you can issue a final admission letter?
I would say that the summer usually is most crowded time for this institution. And what we have to pay attention right now, and what we have to pay attention now, is that there is cases when this AIC requests information from the partner country, from the country of the origin of the documents, with an information what they need from this country's ministries or consuls. In this situation, it takes more time because we exactly don't know how the works institutions in other countries. In your case, it could be in Indian authorities to confirm some things regarding the documents. I would say we have to count something like 45 days for the from AIC.
That's what I was about to say. So 45 from here, 15 from the first one, the interview one, we come at 60 days. After 60 days, Turiba University will issue a student agreement and basically an invoice for the tuition fee payment along with the confirmed admission letter. Now, let's say this has been done. So let's average amount of time. Let's say student normally take 15 days to 3 days to transfer the tuition fee to Turiba. When students take their own time, they work with their own pace. So can I say in total, before the Turiba has a tuition fee, we are talking about 60 plus 30, 90 days now. Is it?
Yes, of course, it's also up to students' timing, but I would agree with you, but based on our previous experience, of course, we always ask students to do the things on their side as soon as possible. But in this current situation, it's also not depending only from the students. It's also from the bank office hours and from the public authorities in India.
Multiple issues, I would say, because of multiple reasons, multiple countries, multiple requirements. We are now setting 90 days. So students, now we are setting on 90 days and we have just paid the tuition fee to Turiba. So remember, the day you apply the admission and the day you give the tuition fee, we are talking about average 90 days. Then we come that student, let's say Turiba got a tuition fee, I believe within the 3-4 days time, Turiba will send Turiba will apply for the invitation letter for the student if he need the visa. I believe most of our audience is non-European students. So then Turiba will make the invitation letter. How much time does it take for the Turiba to make the visa invitation letter for the student?
Yeah, again, based on our previous experience, it takes 1 week, maximum 2 weeks we are right now, we don't have an experience if it will happen during the lockdown, but by our previous experience, it takes up to a week, in some cases 2 weeks, if there is a necessity to add some additional information. Let's
Great.
count 1+ week.
I'll add 90 plus 10. I'm going to make it now 100 days. And after that, then this document is sent to student by electronic format. I believe so, in all over the
Yep, yep.
Doesn't matter
Yeah,
which
we,
wherever.
yes, so, and then we inform about the invitation, and of course, then starting the visa procedure. And also we have to, another thing in the current situation, we have to pay attention on another thing. It's not only about the students who is applying for studies for the upcoming study year. Also, many students from the current students went back to home to their families during the crisis. Also, they have to come back for studies, which means the embassy will be most probably more crowded for some period, and students have to pay attention on that there will be some more waiting time for an appointment.
So students, basically, we are standing at the moment at the 100 days, and your visa invitation have arrived to you. Now from the 100 days onwards, you will have to go to a VFS center, or you have to approach the Latvian embassy, depending upon where you are. If you are a student in India, or you have to go to VFS center. But if you're a student in other countries, like in Gulf countries or somewhere else in China, every student who are living in different countries have different format of making the visa application. Now, Imants, let's say if I make an application to VFS, first of all, I have to, I'm taking an example of Indian student for in general. So students have to basically make an appointment with VFS, which means that they're going to lose around about 15 days, from the 100 days. So can I say 2 weeks from there? And once they make the visa application, another 2 weeks for the visa processing. So we are talking about 30 days, right? So 30 days and 100 become 130 days. To round this up completely, because I have to take the buffer of delays and other things which are going to delay the whole process. Can I say it's going to be 150 days entire visa process? Will that be correct?
Yes, I would say yes. If we include all the waiting times, some possible delays, then yes, that's true.
Students, I had been always, vocal about the visa admission process for Latvia, and it takes approximately 4.5 months to 5 months to complete from starting point to the ending point. So it's very important, you have to understand, it's the month of April 2020, and if you want to apply for September intake, this is the time you have to apply, and that's only when you can able to make the visa application for September intake. Imants, do you think the people who will apply now in the lockdown are the ones who will be able to make it for the visa in September 2020, or you think they have more time right now?
No, I would say that if they start all the application procedure right now, then they will be those students who will be on time for studies. They will receive a visa on time without delays, and they have to right now again pay an attention on another thing. If they will delay the time when they start their application, they might delay for the studies. The lockdown won't be for so long time, and my suggestion is not to waiting when the countries will be opened. Start your application right now.
Great. I think the audience will have a very clear picture that, now it's a 150 days process, students. And if you want to apply for Latvia, not only now, it's not about lockdown, it's not about the September 2020. Whenever you want to apply for Latvia, you have to be very clear that it takes approximately 150 days. We're talking about 4.5 to 5 months. And for certain students, for certain nationalities, I want to be very clear that it may take an extra time also. Specifically, if you're applying for Nigeria, African countries, the visa process is a bit different. We always are here to help you up. So, Imants, anything else you want to add in this entire process? Any kind of a message you want to give to students who are thinking to come to Turiba for the coming intake?
Yeah, what we suggest to students, one is an application, but when you are considering about the studies abroad, just pay an attention on that, what I said at the beginning of our conversation, that The Latvia is very small, but actually very digital country. And also universities provide all these digital tools for studies. The current students didn't lose any lecture since this crisis is coming. And we working, all the universities, the businesses, government working in a normal way, just on the digital level. And that shows that sometimes in big countries, even in Europe, in United States, there is a lot of difficulties. They have to close schools or even universities just because there is no digital solution for that. In Latvian case, even a schools operating online. All the school kids study online from the 1st grade to the 12th grade. And that shows how we can solve and how we can find quick solutions in such global crisis. And I would say could be a smart decision to choose not only the university, but also the country where are you going, how they go out from such situations.
Great. Iman, thank you so much. Just one last point of the one thing I have to discuss. It has been 8 years we had been associated with you. How was your experience in working with Study in Latvia Center in person as a Turiba University?
Yes, it seems that we are working for centuries already together. And yes, that's the feeling. And honestly, if I compare my experience to working with different agents than the Latvian center and in the European, it's a more wider cooperation. It's not only about the completing students' applications and doing the regular work what agents do, but also to add an extra value, which is the common work on developing of student selection of the application procedure, a lot of exchange of information about the countries, and let's say the cooperation to find the best solution for the students in general, not like for single cases, but in general. And that's I really appreciate about such cooperation, and that shows the long-term partnership and friendship, actually.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for your appreciation words. Student, that was Mr. Imants Bergs from Turiba University. In case you want to study in Latvia, I can strongly recommend that Turiba University is one of the topmost universities in the country. You can also visit Turiba University website, look for the courses. And in case you have any more information you require, you can contact Study in Latvia Center at your disposal. Thank you so much, Iman. Thanks a lot for joining us.